Hello everyone, this is a giveaway video. I've got too many things on the shelf and I need to find new homes. Many of you have seen these before. I've been doing these for quite a while. I used to give these things away to a STEM group, but I kind of lost contact with the teacher. I get the feeling they were just moving in a different direction, so that wasn't what they're going to do. And I really don't know anybody else around here that flies. And I try to get stuff away to the neighbors' kids, but that needs to be pretty simple stuff. You know, I don't want to hand them batteries and say, well, you have to charge these and stay with them so you don't burn your house down, that sort of stuff. So I just give them away to the community. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free. I pay for the shipping, or the channel pays for the shipping. There is a link down in the video description that is to a Google form. That is how I conduct these. That will collect your email address. Your email address will be the primary way I reach out to anyone who is selected as the winner in the results video. It is a good idea to be subscribed, but it is not required. I suggest this subscribing, at least for a time, based upon, if you read your email as often as maybe you watch YouTube and you get notifications about YouTube. So if you don't read your email all that frequently and you watch YouTube more often, subscribing to the channel so you'll see the results video would be a good idea, because I do give you 5 days once the results video comes out in order to respond to the email. So anyways, that's my spiel on that. One other thing about the giveaway and the results video, I'll cover this in the results video as well, but I always like to make sure everything's up front, is whoever is selected first in the results video for the first winner gets the first prize that we show in this video. Whoever selected second gets the second prize. There's no swaps. There's no, asking for a particular quad. That all kind of gets ignored. If you send me an email or a message, otherwise just asking for a quad, you won't get a reply. The only way you get a quad is through the giveaway. Not to be rude or mean, but, if I gave a quad to everybody who messaged me, I'd be pretty busy just giving away shipping quads out to various people that just kind of have their hand out and maybe aren't so invested. So I'm hopeful that these find homes, whether it's with your home or someone else that a buddy that you have that's been interested in trying to get started, or a friend of any sort, whether it's male or female or young or old. Getting someone else started is a good way. So if you are already in FPV and you think you have enough stuff and you don't want to, submit your name, necessarily get something else, although there's nothing wrong with that. Maybe you have somebody else in mind in your life or your surrounding area that this can help out as well. Or maybe just a STEM group from one of your schools that maybe one of your kids attends or something. Just any uses that you can find for these things. They do not need to be sitting on our shelf collecting dust. Just because I'm giving these products away does not mean they're not any good. As you can probably tell, I've got more than enough stuff to fly. And some of it I've kind of not given away because I am a little bit embarrassed because it's aged. Some of it I would give away, but it's gotten so old. There's some stuff way back behind this shirt that's got to be 7 or 8 years old. So I keep those around more as trophies, remembrances of a certain time within my FPV time here on YouTube. So I've got 6 different packages, but one of them I am going to restrict the US because it takes a proprietary battery. So on the form, you will find a selection to, are you within the US? Because I am going to have to send that hazardous shipping because it will have a battery, and the quad, I think I should just spend that extra bit to send that quad with the battery so whoever receives it can actually fly it relatively quickly if you have like a remote. You'll need a charger as well, but without the batteries, you've then got to order from Flywoo. It's no iFlight. It's an iFlight product, because it is a proprietary battery that you can only get through them and maybe other FPV resellers. But then the battery doesn't do me any good. So I am going to ship all the working batteries I have of that style with that quad. So that one will be restricted to US. We'll do that separately. So it'll be a 5 drawing that'll be open for anyone, anywhere. And then one that's just for in the US because of the hazardous shipping that's going to be required. I can't imagine what that might cost if I had to ship it somewhere else. It probably wouldn't be worth it because, quite frankly, there's not, well, in my case, there's not a lot of money in this, FPV YouTube channel stuff, but money has never been kind of a goal of why I do this. I do this for fun, and I have enjoyed it for many, many years. But let's get started instead of delaying. I'm going to start at the bottom of the stack and work our way up. First up is the Tiny Hawk, the light FPV combo. If I remember correctly, isn't this the HD0 version? Could have swore it's the HD0 version. Tiny Hawk Light. Maybe not. Maybe it's standard analog, but it does come with a a basic remote as well as the goggles, and I think it actually brushed. Picture looks brushless, so but you can always look this up. I don't want to take it all out of the box because that's just more risk and me not getting it back all into the box. So this will be number 1. So whoever's picked first, you get this combo. Just reading the box here. Next up is the Oasis Fly 25 with 04. Nope, it's not with the 04 because it's 04 WTF, which I can't remember what that stands for, but this is the quad. It does not come with the camera as well as VTX, so that is something you would have to provide in this particular case. I heard a funny thing the other day. Somebody called 04s, whether it's Pro or otherwise, I think, as unobtainium, which I thought was funny and also sadly kind of true. So this Oasis Fly 25 without 04 or camera video, that'll be number 2. Next up is the Darkstar 04 Pro. Of course, all these are Express LRS. And looks like when it comes to any of the accessories that it came with, if I still have them, I do try to put everything back in the box. And these were all working when I last had them and put them back in the box. What happens to them after they, go through another shipping, I don't know. But this one does have the 04, so the unobtainium, as well as the, of course, the VTX that you do need. This is the 2.2-inch version, I believe. Did I say that already? Darkstar 2204 with Express LRS. And that will be number 3. Now, don't worry, analog friends. I didn't forget. Analog is still fun. I still fly a lot of analog. I just dropped a prop. Okay. But this is the Baby Ape 3. This is the 2-inch version. This was, I thought, a lot of fun to fly. Let's see. I'm looking at the label to get the official name. Yeah, it's just on the box. It says Baby Ape 3. This is their latest iteration of the Baby Apes with this 2-inch version. I think the first upgrade that I would do to this, and I may have mentioned it in the review video, is put a Caddx Baby Ratel in there. That's a really nice camera at very little of a weight penalty. I think the weight penalty is like 1.5 grams, maybe 2 grams over this camera, which is the Caddx Ant. This is the version of the Caddx Ant camera that does have screw holes. But I need to pick up that prop I dropped. But this will be number 4, Baby Ape 3, 2-inch version, number 4. I said that was 2-inch. It's not. It's 3-inch. It comes with 3-inch props. So it can't be a 2-inch. You're right there. Hopefully that Hurricane 3016s. Not a 2-inch. It's just small like a 2-inch. And the last one for our global section of the giveaway is the Hummingbird V4 from Newbie Drone. So this has the PH20 connector on it, which is fallen out of favor. But I do have another connector, the NX96 or 69 from Newbie Drone. I am also going to see if I can find one of my own battery leads for BT20 or A30. A30 will allow BT20 batteries to be used on it. So hopefully this will get you covered one way or another. If you don't like soldering, it's not the best thing, but if you don't like soldering, what I would suggest doing is cutting the battery lead, about halfway, and then, solder this lead onto that lead, and of course put some heat shrink over each wire before you do that. So after you get it soldered, you can pull the heat shrink tube back up, and then you can wrap it up. Not the cleanest, lowest weight way of doing it, but if you're not comfortable soldering onto the board, which is a risky procedure if you haven't done it before, that's the way I would recommend using one of the alternate connectors that I'm putting on here. So that's, my advice. And the separate giveaway that's US only because of the proprietary battery is the iFlight Defender 20 Lite HD 04, and it does have the 04 or 04 Lite inside of it there, and this has that proprietary battery. You could probably figure out a way to make a regular battery work, but it's kind of designed around this in this little housing so that you can just clip it in there and away you go. I got all the accessories. There's also a little charging adapter that you plug into a typical charger. I think I have one more of these batteries. It might be the same size or it might be a little bit bigger in the milliamp, but I will locate that. I have one sitting here on my desk, but this one is dead. Dead cells, doesn't work anymore. So if I'm misremembering that battery that's dead for the other battery, you may only get one. Again, this is for US only. And please, if you're not in the US, don't try to fool me, because when it comes down to it, I'm going to ask you for a shipping address. If that shipping address isn't in the US, I'm not sending it to you. So if you live abroad and you have a place you can receive it in the US somehow, a friend, a relative or something, fine. But I'm only shipping that one to the US. And so if you come back and you don't have a US shipping address or some remail service, whatever, I'm going to move on and select someone else. And they will get a fun surprise. They won't be in the results video, but they'll get a fun surprise still. Because, again, these things need to be flown. They need to be enjoyed or used. If you want to sell them, you can sell them. I'm not guaranteeing they're going to work. That's one of the reasons I give this stuff away and I pay for the channel pays for the shipping, is that when it leaves the house, I don't know what sort of state it's actually going to be received in. And I don't sell things, so I'm not going to give it. Please don't send me those messages either about, selling it to you for cheap. There's a big reason why I don't want to sell stuff, is because once it leaves here, I cannot ensure that it works. And if you've paid money for something, you want a working product. And then if you get it and it works once, twice, 3 times, you might still be disappointed and come back to me and be upset. So that's the story about not wanting to sell stuff. I don't want the money, and I don't want any sort of heartache or blowback because I sold something that somebody else wasn't happy with once they got it. I'm not in that sort of business. I'm not in this business either. I've got a regular day job, as I say all the time. So this goes to someone in the U.S. only. So there'll be in the form a radio box that says, are you in the U.S.? Yes, no. If you select yes, and then you don't have a U.S. shipping address when it comes down to it, if you get selected, I'm going to find somebody who does have a U.S. shipping address. Okay? Again, you don't have to be subscribed, but it's a good idea. You don't have to leave a comment necessarily, although it does help the channel. All the YouTube algorithm things, hit the thumbs up and all that stuff. The engagement, as professional YouTubers talk about. Once the results video comes out, which will be about a week, likely 9 days after this video is published. Again, this is not my job, so my timeline is very fluid. I don't have a rigid calendar for these sorts of things. So if it gets to be 10 days before I do the results video, just have your patient pants on. Good things come to those who wait. Will it be a results video, and I will have emails that go out to all the people that have been selected for the results video. So everybody, one, will either see the email or the results video that'll tell them go check their email, and we'll be getting these quads out to others. So if you want to get involved in the giveaway, you can leave a comment, whatever, comment you want to, and you can hit the like button if you want to do that sort of thing. But the survey is down in the video description, and that will collect your email address. A couple of quick, simple questions that I usually throw out just to collect information about all the people that visit this channel. Shouldn't take you more than about 3 minutes, tops, right? Okay. All right. I hope everyone has been enjoying spring here in North America is coming. Got a little toast of it. Had a day, I couldn't fly that day, but we had like almost 80 degrees and relatively calm winds. I was so jealous, but there just wasn't time for me to fly. I had to take the youngest to dance and all this other stuff. By the time I got home, it was well after dark. But spring is coming, and we're going to be out enjoying that, whether it's FPV or otherwise, soon. So click the link, get involved in the giveaway, tell your friends. Maybe you don't want to tell your friends. However you want to see this sort of thing, and we will see you in the next video.